ceremony. We're only 30 seconds early.
Okay.
Patricia, ladies and gentlemen.
A confused customer. These are all sales type jokes.
Oh, please. I love them.
Okay. A confused customer approached a sales associate. You said these pants were pure wool, but the label says they're 100% cotton. Salesman replied, oh, yeah, that's just to keep the moths away.
Very
good. Very good.
It's kind of like there's a British comedy TV called Are You Being Served? And it's
That's correct. On the shop floor.
Yeah, and they always say, oh, it'll ride up with wear. And the next customer, oh, it'll ride down with wear. Yeah. I love that.
Are you being served? Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Who else has it? You got another one, Patricia?
Oh, I have 2 or 3 that are cute, but
okay.
The computer, the salesman said, this computer will cut your workload by 50%. Oh, great. I'll take 2 of those. This is my favorite one that most of y'all didn't laugh, but I thought it was hilarious. How do salespeople traditionally greet each other? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm better than you.
Good.
I like that one. Okay. Those are those. Oh, the last one is, of course, the oldest one. How can you tell a salesman is lying? His lips are moving.
Very good. Yeah.
Okay, that's my happiness.
Hopefully that hasn't been your experience. But okay, good stuff. Chukwemeka, you got some jokes, or anybody got a dog or a cat or something you want to show us?
I've got several dogs. They're both.
Oh, come on, Lynn. Where's those dogs? We got dog lovers here.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is Mitzi. Say hello.
Hey.
I haven't seen a Cocker Spaniel forever.
I just woke her up.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
She's a sweetie. All right.
They both got out yesterday onto the road. Mm-hmm. Took 10 years off my age. Fortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, we're all good now. We had a drama.
Very good. Good to meet you. There she is.
Up another day.
Oh, Missy's back.
Yay.
Hey, Missy. All right. Good times. Any other jokes or dogs, cats? Oh, wait. I see. Was that Maggie? You got a dog now?
I've got Sheena. Uh-huh.
Hey, Sheena. Good to see you.
Hi, Sheena.
Oh, precious.
What a sweetie. Good to meet you, Sheena.
Oh, there.
All right. Anybody else?
There you go, my baby.
I got a joke. I just told this one to another group. Why do Italians wear gold chains?
Why?
So we know where to stop shaving.
Oh, that's funny.
I must tell that to my
That's
Italian
no
friends.
Italians. That's not real Italian.
Good times. All right, everybody. Good to see everyone. Wow, light crowd here today. Only 33 of us in the room. What is going on here? I guess everybody's sleeping in.
Chilly.
Whatever day this is. Yeah. Okay. Good to see you all. I see a few of our friends. Hey, Twyler, having a little snack there behind the wheel. Good to see you. We got Amber's here. Crystal, always a pleasure to see you. Crystal, you getting settled in?
Yeah, pretty much. Slowly.
Good.
But now we're got to get out the winter clothes. So another transition, right?
Right. Well, I guess if you live in the north, we don't do winter clothes here. I guess we switched to long sleeves and jackets. Actually, on my motorcycle, I definitely switched to a jacket. That's for sure. But good to see you all. We've got what a great week it's been. It has been just action packed. I know a lot of you have been, getting things going and a very timely way as well, because we're in the fourth quarter, as you know. It is definitely a good time to sell. According to Patricia, if you're selling, then if your lips are moving, you're lying. But no, that's not real. Because you guys are definitely talking about right place, right time. It is happening all around us. So I don't have a specific topic for you today. I wanted to wrap up the week because it's been, I'll just tell you for myself, it's been an insanely busy week. But when isn't it, right? Is that like a news flash for anybody? John's busy. He's running 4 businesses. He's a crazy person. Yes, that's not new. But I will tell you, it's a very purposeful thing. And I tend to sleep less when I'm on a mission. And my goodness, I am on a mission. I sprang out of bed today at 6 a.m. It's actually a little bit late. Did my workout, ate my protein. Wife and kid took the dogs for a walk, and I've just been in work mode ever since. It's what, 6 hours now. It's just after 10 o'clock here in the morning in Arizona. Oh, by the way, quick public service announcement. We do have daylight savings time ending here in North America and in the UK, and that's going to be in 2 weeks, I believe. So just get ready for that. I know our Australian friends just went on daylight time, those of them who observe it. A couple weeks ago.
I missed that.
What's that?
UK, John?
Yeah, I think it's the 7th. No, the oh crap. I think it's the 7th of November. Yeah.
What the heck this is?
7th of November here in the States, and I believe it's the same for the UK.
What's happening, John?
Clocks change 1 hour.
Oh, clock. Okay.
Yeah. So as the old saying goes, fall back, spring ahead. So Northern Hemisphere, we're going to fall back 1 hour. Of course, Arizona, our clocks never change. Arizona and Hawaii, we don't change the clocks. So, hey, iPhone 559, glad you're here. But anyway, just keep aware of that because we've got some scheduling changes coming up. This call will remain at 1:15 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's why I say Eastern U.S. time, whether it's daylight or standard time, it's always Eastern U.S. time. And so when those clocks change, so will our schedule. It's all automated. But I wanted to see about wrapping up this week with some wins. I know we've got some people having some wins here, and that is, I think, something that we should, acknowledge and validate because, there's one thing to strive, and certainly it's good and right to, make an effort and build your business and learn stuff that you don't already know and that you don't know, which is very good. Because the surest way to learn nothing is to think you already know everything. But then it's another thing to actually acknowledge that, yes, we now know. We've learned some stuff. And this has been, and it's fruitful. Look, I made my first sale, or I made 1,000 sales, or whatever. I got to meet last week with Amy's, one of our top e-commerce coaches here. She did 600,000 last year with her e-commerce business,
Thanks.
right? Coffee cups, T-shirts, etc. And those of you in the advanced group in the Launch 100 program, you got to see, or hear from her virtually. I know we had a very small crowd at the Vegas event, which was the first iteration of that, that get together, which I had a lot of fun at. It was great. I think everybody had a ball. But I think even more significantly, all the learning that has taken place leading up to that, and of course, with all the things we do here in this community. It's good to acknowledge wins because look, what we validate expands. If we're always striving, if we're always looking at what we haven't accomplished yet and what we don't know, well, I think you need some gratification too.
And a
right?
copy of
I'm going to go ahead and mute a couple microphones here. What we validate expands, right? So can we look at those wins? Can we look and say, hey, you know what? I've accomplished something. That's great. And you feel better about yourself when you do that because sometimes people doubt themselves. They come into a business and you're at ground zero. Your statistic is zero. Your production is zero. Okay. How quickly can we get off of zero? That's my least favorite number in business. Zero, right? So have you gotten off of zero? What have you accomplished? Just even in the last week, which maybe you've had some weeks to lead up to it, but what have you accomplished in this past week? And then when we look at that and we validate that, we could actually say, all right, well, what if we did just, 10% better next week? One of the books that I'm reviewing right now, in fact, the book I'm reviewing with my book study group in my mastermind is Atomic Habits. And I know some of you are in on that conversation. And the author, this is James Clear. Is that his first name? James? I know his last name is Clear. He talked about how a 1% improvement every day over a year would be like a 37 times. He actually showed it mathematically on a chart, a 37x improvement in a year. If you were able to improve a statistic or, some form of production, if you were able to improve that just 1% per day. the cumulative year improvement would be exponential, like 37 times, I think, versus the 1% declination, right? If you went in the reverse direction, 1% each day, the curve is not nearly as severe because we're only taking off 1% of a lesser and lesser and lesser amount. The diminishing, curve, which was much less sharp, right? So 1% improvement goes up like that. It's really beautiful. And I should probably show you the other way because you're looking at me, right? So it's up the chart like that from earliest to latest. And then the declination goes down very gradually. So it makes a lot of sense if we're going to be deliberate about, what we're going to be doing moving forward, not with heroics, not with cape and mask or whatever, although that's a possibility as well. But why don't we be deliberate about just improving a little bit? Improving what? And that's the question. Improving what? Improving what works, right? Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. So then there's the question. If what we validate expands, and if we could just do little bits better each time, that's going to turn into exponential increase, not tomorrow, okay, but on the curve, right? A little bit of delayed gratification, right? You don't see it at front, it's just 1%, but you see it a year from now, you definitely see it. Okay, well, if we're going to do that, let's be deliberate about it. What is it that we're going to improve upon? What is it that's bearing fruit for you? And obviously, we've got a variety of people here. So it's different people have different paths, right? There are different approaches, of course, different products, right? I talked to one of our new members just yesterday, who and Jan, I think you'll make some new friends here as well. I think a lot of us have. And she's into seamstressing and knitting and threads and I don't know, whatever that stuff is. I don't know anything about that stuff. Okay. But here's a person who's thinking about, how can I impinge on that segment of the marketplace? Great question. You can do it in a way that I probably can't do it. I don't know a damn thing about that stuff, but you do, right? So it's not so much about, the little intricacies, but just that we notice that we're winning with whatever our approach is. And if we have a hard time coming up with something that, that we could consider a win, maybe take it a little bit easy on yourself. Excuse me, especially if you're new, take it easy on yourself. Just the fact that you're showing up here and you know more than you did yesterday is to be applauded, I think, right? Because again, what we validate expands. So let's validate what works. I'd love to hear from some of you. What's working for you, right? And this is not a time for, I had a little win and here's all my 10 million technical problems. No, we're just going to focus on what's working. Just what's working, right? Very one-pointed. And maybe we'll get some ideas out of this too, right? Because maybe you can expand on it. Maybe after the meeting, people have some questions and you can, demonstrate. I know you guys do this before the meeting all the time. I was just telling people, hey, wait till you get into this group. We do this daily success call, power up thing, or whatever it's called every day. If you show up early, there's always like really cool people in there and they're helping each other and sharing screens. And, oh, here's how I solved that problem. It is like beautiful. It is gorgeous what you guys and gals are doing in here. So thank you for that. I couldn't do that on my own. None of you could, right? We need a group to do that. So who's got something you want to share? You want to share a win? Please come on out. I'd love to hear it. We would all love to hear it. What is working for you? Let's start with Mrs. Ricky Ricardo. Hi, Lucy.
Hi. I don't know about anybody else, but the most important thing for me is to keep my mindset right. And when I get lost in doing the work after a couple of hours, sometimes my purpose seems to slide away and I gotta bring it back. And I keep in mind constantly the other gentleman whose name I can't think of right now. Taking steps toward a worthy goal is the definition of success. And if I do that every day, there's a 1% improvement and my sales have improved. And I've gone from a few over a couple of weeks to 4 in one day. I'm up to 36. And every day I pop up, there's another one in there. 4 in one day, I couldn't believe it. I lost one because of a technical problem, but that's okay. I got another one right after that. So, but the mindset, you can't get lost in the weeds of the technology. You have to keep your purpose in front of you, on top of you, in you. And if you do that, you can step back and say, well, wait a minute, none of this matters except am I working to my goal and trying to make this 1% improvement. And that is key for me. And that's what I'm working on really hard.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that, Missy. And I just pulled up the I just pulled up this image, which I think speaks exactly to what you're talking about. Let me share my screen real quick, you guys. This is from the book Atomic Habits, which Missy recommended that I read. Thank you, Missy. You see that? The teacher becomes a student. So check it out. Here's and it's not, the gradations aren't shown, but in a general sense, you can see, here's our 0 line, right? Here's 1% improvement over time. Here's 1% declination over time. So you see how that complacency can kind of, are you guys seeing this? Okay. You're seeing this?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So is it worth it to be deliberate? Yeah. Yeah. Do you see it at first? No, because if we draw straight lines here, you're looking like your expectations are maybe higher than what you can actually see. Look, that takes time. All right. So anyway, I think that's speaking exactly to what you were talking about, Missy. And you're just getting this going, my friend. I'm expecting huge things from you, Mrs. Ricky Ricardo. Who else? Who else had a win that you want to share? Come on out. Like all hands should be up right now. Crystal, come on out.
Hi.
Crystal.
Well, my computer's still not set up right, so I can't find my little hand. So here I am. As you guys know, a while ago, my computer crashed on me and I lost all my data and everything. So my big win is that I finally got my gear bubble up, and I also had my 2 stores suspended. But that's all been reversed. I spent some time now and I've got it all up and running and putting everything on. And while I was waiting for all this to happen, I looked at my logo that I made and my banner and everything, and it just didn't feel like me. So I redid them, and I just feel it made a big difference in just wanting to be on there more often and playing around with it, So that was my big win. And hopefully now that the mugs and everything are back on there, it'll all start rolling. So sometimes just a little switch too can make a nice change.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go. So we got technology working again.
Yay, that's positive.
Yeah, it sure is. How about you, Sopo? You've got the floor. Come on out.
Hi, good morning. Thank you to Missy. And yeah, I want to say that the mental side of things for me is working in terms of positive talking to myself, visualization, and also, I've been really type of person. I'm just putting my hand up all the time, but because it's getting uncomfortable every day. So I try and do something that very, very uncomfortable, and talking to people is like asking questions and things like that for me has been really uncomfortable. So I've challenged myself to do something uncomfortable every day, and that's putting my hand up and talking and sharing. So the wins for me in terms of doing that has been meeting really good people on this, sessions every day, or I try and do 3 days a week. And so I do my visualizations in the morning, and then I get up and I always have a goal to participate and engage in this in these sessions. And then because I wasn't the type of person that would follow instructions really well, so this has really helped. This business has really challenged me to take things step by step. So when I first came on, I wanted to just do this and do that, and then I had to keep going back to step 1, and I just keep going back to step 1 all the time, because I was like, how do you do this? Because I just wanted somebody to tell me rather than go through the steps. So that's the win for me, is that I've been really, I think I've shifted a lot in my mindset around challenging myself to overcome the challenge.
Right.
And so I've got my gear bubble up, because when I first started, I just went Googled gear bubble, and I didn't follow the steps. And then I realized, oh my God, I've got to go back to follow step one because I wasn't integrating, so really, really excited because I got my gear bubble up now. And after I got my gear bubble, I was really grateful for Louise who helped me do that in our breakout session. And then I got so excited that I ended up doing 35 designs that same day. And then I opened up my Amazon, so I was just going back step one. Keep going back to step one to, challenge myself to overcome that challenge.
Right.
So thank you.
Well done, Sopo. Beautiful. I've heard of people who have like breakthrough results with like a product that they bought after they read the manual. It's like, wow, this product works, so that's a big win right there. In fact, in the tech support world, there is a designation called RTFM. You guys can figure out what that is. That would be the solution for some people's problems. Hey, Maggie, you got a hot mic. So does Eloise. And then I see Ann and Lynn's hands are up. Maggie, you have something to say?
Let's see. It's from the start. I haven't had tons. I've had like 6 or 7 mugs sell and a Christmas ornament. And right now I'm trying to just stockpile, just make a lot of designs that I can put up, very soon or every day if I can, if I have time. So,
all right. So you're making sales and of things in addition to mugs, right? And a Christmas ornament
Yeah, I did a Christmas ornament. I have so many illustrations and stuff. So I said, I had like a little crab and I said, don't be crabby, Merry Christmas. And that sold like right away. So I got a lot more I can do easily, like that. And so, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you as well. Melanie's asking RTFM. So read the manual. There you go. Now you know. Eloise, you got a hot mic. What's going on with you? And then we'll go to Ann and Lynn.
Nothing much. I'm listening and learning a lot. That's why I'm here. I'm listening and learning a lot. I'm still working through setting up all my stuff and whatever. So,
okay. Well, we're glad you're here, my friend. I wanted to not ignore you if you had something to say. Ann's got the floor, and then we'll go to Lynn Perry. Hey, Ann.
Hi. This past week, I actually got Etsy up and running, and I have 45 designs up on there now that are live. And that was all because of Scott. Scott helped me on Friday evening. We had quite the fun time getting me through the setup and everything, getting the designs over and not having them turn out a black square.
Right.
So yeah, it was good. It was fun, actually.
Beautiful.
So he's not here. I don't think he's here. I wanted to say thank you again, but I don't think he's here today.
So
that's my win for now.
Congratulations.
Not the Amazon thing. I'm going to stay clear of Amazon for the moment because I'm just determined to get this filled up first.
Okay.
And then I'll get to it, I think.
You'll get to it.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, looking forward, we were talking about improvement, right? So now you've got working designs. They're not just all black.
Yes.
Like anyone who remembers that movie, This is Spinal Tap, where they came out with the album cover and it was just black. And Nigel says, how much more black could it be? None more black. So you've got that. That's good. And then you'll continue to increase your technological interfaces
every day. Yes.
All right, my friend. Glad you're here, Ann. Let's go to Lynn. Lynn, what's your big win? Lynn.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm unmuted. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, my story is pretty much word for word what Anne said. What she said. I was here last night. I was having that same black issue in the Etsy screen. Scott was around. He talked me through it. I went to the coffee shop today for 3 hours, and I worked really, really well there. And I got it fixed, and I got something through. And what the hell did I do? I lost the screen for some reason, and I've lost all the description. I've got to start again. But the thing's through. I've fixed the problem. It's okay, And so I was just feeling really positive, actually. And I got my logo sorted. So that's cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. So doesn't it feel good? I know we're talking about logos a couple times here already. And a lot of people don't put too much attention on branding, but I'll tell you what, whenever I see my logo, I'm like, yeah, it's a nice logo. I once spent $7,000 on a logo design. Yeah. I don't even use that logo anymore. So, so yeah, if you guys are creating your own logos and you're happy with them, that's a big win.
My 11-year-old grandson did mine for me.
There you go. What did that cost? Ice cream? What was the price on that? Good times, good times. Roxana's here. Hey, Roxana, you got a comment? Roxana, got a hi. Hello, hello. I hear nothing. Does anybody hear Roxana? Hello? No, we see that your mic is live, but something's not working, Roxana.
It's okay. You can hear me.
Oh, very quiet. It's very quiet.
Very quiet. So I can't do it better.
Okay.
But it's been a very difficult time for me trying to do things and do. But my win, I think, is like persistence. Persistent doing the right things, but having problem here with Etsy or with Amazon, it's just trying again and again and again and again. I don't see it's going to solve very quickly like today, but I continue until we'll be done. But my win is like that, persistence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the fact that you're persisting is a big deal. That's beautiful. And if not for that, then you really got no shot. So glad you're here, Roxana. And we were able to hear you a bit better. I think the gain on the microphone just had to come up, but it did so. So that's good. Good. You know what? Since we're talking about all kinds of different stuff here today and things that we see as wins, Melanie is saying, John, could I show my logo? Yeah, I could if you guys are interested. I don't want to bore you with my stuff, but this is actually a brand board from my wife's branding agency. So we paid some great artists to do this kind of stuff. Hold on just a second. This is not the $7,000 logo. That one went in the trash. So here you go. There's my logo. And here's the color palette for use on websites. So this is like professional branding kind of stuff. There's like imagery to kind of like, inform the web designer of, what it's supposed to look like. These are the fonts you're supposed to use. These are the color variations, blah, blah, blah. There you go. So there's the John Lavinia logo. Now you know. I'll take all the love that you'd like to offer me on that. It's a beautiful logo. Yeah. All right, good stuff. Anybody else? Any other talking you guys want to do? Please come on out. Amber?
Hi. This week I ended up getting another 100 designs loaded on GearBubble. So I'm just loading those up today. And I got all my search suppression. There's a bunch of them that just ended up suppressed for some reason. So I got them all solved this week. So I was like, yeah, finally got them all back live. So
good stuff. We're back. We are back live. Thank you, Amber. All right. So let's conclude with an idea. This is something that you could take into the weekend, because we were just looking at, here's what's working. Here's our wins. Here's what's valid. Here's what we want to expand upon. Okay. I was sitting in a seminar with one of my mentors, a guy named Bob Proctor. Many of you have heard of him. Some of you have. And this guy is full of energy and he's still kicking. I think he's 8,000 years old and he's still going. And great guy. Oh, somebody wants to, now that we're ending off here, we'll start the transcript. Sorry about that. But we're in a room, probably 500 of us. And Bob was lecturing from stage. And of course, he was talking about setting goals and looking forward, right? And acknowledging, what's working and what's right. And then, he was taking questions and comments. And then someone around middle of the room raised his hand and he was called upon and he started talking. And he was like, I've definitely set my goals and I've got, I got all these things coming together and that's really good. But I keep having trouble with this, and I'm not sure about that. And then Bob said, what? I can't hear you. Could you start over? And so the guy starts over from the beginning. Yeah, so I wanted to tell you that I'm having these wins, and I've got these goals here, and I'm putting this stuff together, but I've got all. And as soon as he said "but," Bob was like, "Excuse me, can't hear you. Can you start again, please?" And Bob can hear just fine, right? The guy does it a third time. He starts talking about what's working, and as soon as he says "but," and the whole crowd's laughing at this point. As soon as he starts invalidating his wins, publicly broadcasting to the world, right? Here's all my troubles. Here's what I can't do, right? Bob couldn't hear him anymore. And I thought that was a beautiful demonstration for everyone, right? So that was instructive for the whole room. How often do we invalidate our own wins because of what we haven't accomplished yet? And if you're new here, like I'm thinking of Sopo and others who are just getting your feet wet with all this, and hopefully you've read the manual, right? So you've got a bit more orderliness with your approach, okay? But how many of you have really nothing to base your expectations on because, well, you've never done this before? Now, some of you have. Some of you have been quite successful in other online businesses. So perhaps you've got a bit more, it's a bit more real for you. But when we're looking at the future, which isn't real for you yet, what we're going to manifest, what we're going to actually demonstrate is that which we most expect. And because we get more of what we say is valid in our lives, then we got to be really, really deliberate about, what we're expecting and what we're putting out there. So don't give any energy to what you haven't done yet, or the so-called stops or stalls. Okay, all of them will be overcome. Yes, something can be done about it. The last thing you want to do is fall into some state of despair or something like, I don't know what to do. Well, you will know what to do. You may not know at this exact moment, but you will. And with that knowingness, you go forth and you don't keep entertaining all the buts. What sometimes is called the butt eyes. Yeah, that's all great, but here come the butt eyes. I love you guys. Twyler, you got your hand up. I don't want to neglect you. Come on out. You have some closing comments for us, Twyler?
Yes. Hi. Good morning. Good
Hi.
morning, John and fellow folks. I just want to say good morning. And I wasn't able to verbally speak because I was driving when you said good morning this morning. I absolutely love your logo.
Oh, thank you.
It's gorgeous. You're welcome.
My wife knows. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I wanted to say I have definitely dedicated, working very hard, and was able to set up my Etsy and Amazon despite all the technical difficulties I went through. But I pulled through and worked hard at getting them taken care of. My win is that I made my first sale.
Yay.
So I'm super excited about that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well done, my friend. This is just the beginning. And 1 is infinitely better than 0, right? So now it's real. There is a statistic on the board. Fantastic. So well done,
Thank
Twyler.
you.
All right,
Thank you.
friend. Glad you're here. All right. I see 585 unmuted. Do you have a comment? 585. Yes.
I have a question, actually.
Okay.
I tried to launch on use Gear Bubble. I have an account on it and everything, and I was going to do my first, mug design. And when I hit the button for like next, it just said that there was no campaign. It didn't look like I was following step by step Rachel's video.
Okay.
And did everything she said in the first part of it. And then when I got to that, I followed it step by step, and it didn't look like hers.
Okay.
Hers went to something on the next page and mine didn't. It just said.
What's your question?
Well, how do I make it work? Why didn't it work?
You click the other button, right?
No, I did. I clicked
no,
next, and what happened?
Button. I don't know if I could solve your problem with the phone. I'm playing with you here a little bit, but yeah, definitely jump on to like the Zoom meeting, and then maybe we could do a screen share or something after this talk is over. And because I have no idea is the real answer. I have no idea what did or did not happen in that situation. Nor can I solve it.
Has anybody else had any problem not launching on Gear Bubble?
Yeah, well, we just heard of at least two people have solved that problem, and they did a little demo here on. Yeah, so we'll get that solved for you.
I'm sorry, I came on late because I was on a doctor's call. I couldn't get off. So.
Everything okay with the doctor?
Well, still trying to find out.
Okay. Well, we're going to wish you the best with that. Definitely tune in before the meeting, or we may have some people in here after the meeting. If you want to tune in and talk about tech stuff, that would be just fine. So glad you're here.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the week. I'll be back here with you on Monday. Just remember, moving forward, okay, through this weekend, validate what you want. Don't give energy to what you don't want. Keep looking forward and watch those stats go up. I love you.